Whoa, dad-bod patrol. I'm gonna have to issue you both a citation and demand that you put your shirts back on. There are children present. Hello everybody, Disdonn here, and if I'm correct, I have 2 dates in literally everyone's pockets except for Brian and Damien. So we are going to rectify those situations in the very near future. Because we need to go fishing with Brian, and then after we go fishing, we gotta go out with Damien, and then go out with Damien again to finish our first daddy. Unless some other major thing happens with Amanda between here and there. Okay. Oh, I have a message from Brian.
Hey, Dizzy and I are going fishing tomorrow. Are you in or out?
Oh no, I've been dreading this day. I accidentally boasted about my abilities as a fisherman to Brian, and now he's challenging me to another dad-off. Yeah, I've been doing some fishing research online, but I'm nowhere close to being an expert. Still, though, I have to accept. Type back to Brian. Sounds great, man. Super excited to catch all of those fish. Make sure your mower is in good working order, because you're going to be all over my lawn this weekend. Oh, you're fucking gonna suck, Dad-don. Response back, let me know that tomorrow will pick us up at an hour I previously forgotten existed. Man, this can be a rough start. Amanda comes in from the kitchen, eating a cheese stick by biting off piece by piece like some kind of monster. I am that same kind of monster, so thank you very much for calling me that. I didn't raise you like that. Yes, you did. What? It's called string cheese and not chompy cheese for a reason, Amanda. Did you just call me in here to criticize my controversial string cheese eating technique or what? No, Amanda. We have to go fishing tomorrow. Well, you have to go fishing. I get to play with Brian's dog. How do I become master of fishing overnight? You went fishing in the Girl Scouts, didn't you? Nope, my stint in the Scouts was brief and purely transactional. I thought I could get free cookies, but I didn't know that I had to, be outside and tie knots and stuff. I have to beat Brian. Dad, let me tell you a story. Do you remember last summer how I applied for a job at a coffee shop across town? Give me a refresher. During the interview, they asked me if I knew how to work the espresso machine, and I really wanted the job, so I lied and said yes. On that first morning, there was a line out the door. Within half an hour, I severely burned my hand, and they told me to go home and never come back. I still have a scar from that. Of course, I remember. What does that have to do with fishing? The burn is a metaphor, Dad. I don't get it. I do. You gonna get burned. You can lead a horse to water. What do horses have to do with fish and burns? Huh? Dad, please. I don't get your obsession with competing against Brian. You wouldn't understand. It's a dad thing. Please try explaining it to me. Okay, Brian's just... He just thinks that he's so much better than me, and he purposefully reminds me of that whenever he can. It's like he has to one-up me. I have to beat him at his own game. Is that what you think is happening here? No, Amanda. Okay, I know that's what's happening. Alright, Pops. We should both be getting some sleep. See you in the morning. Or see you in the morning? Good night, Panda. Amanda, Panda. Brush my teeth, throw on some pajamas, climb to bed, set my alarm, close my eyes. Okay, sleep. I'm wide awake. Can't help but think about the last time I went fishing, hoping there's something I can glean from it to give me an edge over Brian. I was about 9 years old. My dad woke me up on one morning and told me to get dressed and meet him downstairs. It was still dark out. I had no idea what was going on, but before I knew it, we were both alone on a freezing cold lake. Was it ice fishing? I had to sit there for hours while it got hot and muggy. Oh, okay, so it just was cold in the morning. I come from Minnesota, the land of the ice and snow. We do fish in the winter on the frozen lakes, sometimes with a bonfire. We're crazy people up here. Air thick with bugs. I picked up mosquito bites while my dad sat in stony silence, fishing pole in one hand and a beer in the other. We didn't catch anything. On the long drive home, my father bought me a pack of cigarettes and didn't say a thing. That didn't help, and I think I have some repressed sadness about my father. I'll deal with that later. Sitting on a boat in the middle of a body of water. I can't see any land, but I know it's a lake. The water is placid and still. I'm holding a fishing pole. Don't understand why, but it feels like my life depends on catching fish right now. Cast my lure into the water and wait, and wait, and wait. My whole being is filled with hopelessness as I watch the line disappear into the depths below. You used the wrong lure. Look up and see my father, just as he looked at me that one cold morning, disapproving. I'm panicking now. I pull the lure up and grab a different one, but all of my lures in my tackle box are the exact same. I look up to my father for guidance, but he's gone. I tried casting again, but I can't hold my footing. My boat tips over and I fall into the water, sinking further and further. I see multitudes of fish that had been lying just below the surface, all swimming around me as if to taunt me. One fish swims up to me. He has Brian's eyes.
You gotta use neutral buoyancy lure if you're gonna catch trout, buddy.
Ah! I jolt away from the sound of my alarm. It's fishing day. That would explain the weird dream. I groggily slip on clothes and get ready. I spot Amanda's door half open, and I can see her still curled up in a mountain of blankets. Walking over to her bed, I give her a tiny kiss on the forehead. Fishing day, kiddo. You ready? No. Well, you gotta get up. I can't do this without you. Also, stop sleeping in your clothes. Amanda pulls her comforter over her head. Never. Amanda, I'll get up in a minute. Alright, Brian should be here in 20, so you better not just go back to sleep. Amanda sticks her hand through the blanket to wave me away. I leave her in her room and make myself some coffee and add another cup with lots of cream and sugar for Amanda whenever she gets up. Amanda eventually wanders in, chugs her coffee while I do word jumbles. Hear the doorbell ring. Must be Brian. Still rubbing our eyes, we walk outside to see Brian. He's decked out in fishing gear. Not yet, he ain't. And Daisy's falling asleep next to him.
Early bird gets the worm, buddy.
You ready, fish?
I was born ready.
My eyes narrow on Brian. It's a good day to die. It's a good day to die. Hop on in, guys. Let's get this fishing party started. Walk over to the driver's side of the door and open. Borf, borf. Brian's dog immediately hops into the driver's seat, wagging his tail furiously. Can I see your license, sir?
Maxwell, let Disdonn sit.
Maxwell obediently hops into the back to cuddle with Daisy. Amanda settles in next to Maxwell and Daisy and immediately falls asleep.
Ready for an adventure?
I'm ready for glory. Fucking Patrick Star or Sands, man. I struggle to stay awake as we drive to the outskirts of town. Country music plays quietly from the radio as I watch trees pass by. Fuck country music, so hard. So where exactly are we headed?
It's about an hour north of here. Little spot I've been going to since I was a kid. My dad used to take me there all the time. I don't think anybody else knows about it. I brought everything we need so that we can catch some trout. Have a nice little fire. Enjoy the little nature.
My fishing pole's in the shop. Getting it tuned up. Do you maybe have an extra I could borrow?
But of course, it's probably not as nice as it sounds like yours is, though.
Right. Digging a hole here. Stare out at the forest lining the highway. The sun is just barely over the horizon, scattering dusky pink light through the trees. For a split second, I spot a deer grazing on the side of the road before it leaps back into the bush. Well, up here, it would leap right into the middle of the road and be like... And you just like, well, guess it's my time to die. After a nice, quiet drive, Brian eventually tells me to pull off the highway and onto a dirt road. The car bumps along until we reach a clearing that opens into a magnificent lake.
Well, here we are.
Step out of the car and help Brian unload the gear as Maxwell runs around us barking. Borf, 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 borf. The kids wake up and wander to the shore where Daisy tries to teach Amanda how to skip rocks. Brian and I carry tackle boxes and cooler down to the edge of the lake where he has a canoe waiting.
Oh, great. This is in one piece. Hold on. Help me out with Maxwell.
Help Brian place a tiny dog-sized life vest on a Maxwell. Borf, borf. Alright, your turn. Hands me a lime green life vest. If I fall in, I'm counting on you to rescue me.
Suit yourself.
Brian turns to Amanda and Daisy, who are still skipping rocks.
You kids want to fish?
Dad.
I'm good with just throwing rocks into the water. Amanda hurls a rock into the pond with gusto. Yeah, take that, water. Amanda, you're supposed to be skipping them. Is that what we're doing?
Daisy, don't you want to fish?
I think catching fish is kind of inhumane. We're gonna go explore the woods and look at bugs and stuff.
Alright, be safe. Don't go too far.
Brian puts his life vest around himself, and we throw all of our equipment into the canoe. Maxwell happily jumps in and takes his place looking out over the front of the boat. I get into the canoe, and Brian shoves off. We paddle together and get ourselves to the middle of the lake.
Most freshwater fish tend to feed at dusk and dawn, which is why I had to get up so early.
Yeah, I know. That's pretty common fisherman knowledge. After all, fisherman knowledge that I am knowledgeable about.
Still gambling, man?
You know it.
Let's see if we can catch more fish.
Catch more than one? Sounds enough to me. What's on the line? Besides all the fish I'm gonna catch, obviously.
I was thinking something a little more hard stakes and mowing the lawn.
Custody of our children?
More than that. Let's say, if I win, I get you a weed whacker.
The Whackmaster 2000? That's a limited edition.
But if you win, you get my pole saw. The reach and cut 3000.
Cordless version?
That's the one.
Shit, the Reach and Cut 3000 is state of the art. My weed whacker is a prized possession, but there are those hard to reach branches that at the back of the yard that have been begging for a pruning. Thank you, D10 glass filled with Dr. Pepper. You're on. Shake on it. Suddenly remember that I don't know how to fish. My foolish father replied, well, one do being my undoing. I watch as Brian ties a lure and does some stuff I can't quite follow with his fishing pole, cast into the lake. Oh boy, now I have to do that. I stare down at the tackle box, at the pole in my hand. I'm gonna Brian, the game of fishing is all about psychological warfare. Watch this. Look out into the serene, undisturbed lake. Hey, fish! Fuck you! Fuck you, fish! You suck! You fucking suck, fish!
Whoa!
Fuck you! God! I can't believe that I actually did that. Okay, I might have to reload after that, but... Okay, load. Sorry. I fucking... Oh, wait. Hang on. Reload. Glitch. Why are they glitched? Hang on. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back here. So, saying fuck you to the fish was probably not a good idea. Though it was a bit cathartic. Put some bait on the hook. Fish a worm from the styrofoam container that Brian brought. It's slippery, but I think I can get it on the hook if I just focus. Oh god, I'm bleeding. Oh god, there's blood everywhere. Worm is not on the hook.
Need some help?
No, I meant to do that. The blood attracts the fish. They can smell it up to a mile away, you
I don't
know.
know about that.
I think that's sharks.
No, it's definitely fish. Now what? Tie a knot or something. Take my pole and try to tie an elaborate-looking knot to impress Brian. The classic hunter's bend. I learned that one in my youth. Yep, this one isn't coming apart anytime soon. With this knot, I will cast my heavenly line upon the unsuspecting water and deliver unto us a bountiful harvest. Look over to Brian. He doesn't seem to be paying attention. Let's cast the sucker. Pull my rod back and launch the lure as hard as I can. And the lure flies off the line and sails far, far away, landing in the lake with a loud sploosh. Sorry, judge the wind speed long. Cold air drives the pressure down.
Huh, go ahead and take my pole. I know it's hard switching to a new pole you're not used to. I'll fix you up another lure.
Brian hands me his pole and with a smile and just sits there, feeling like, or I sit there feeling like an idiot.
Fishing around here is easy. They all group up. All you gotta do is line up 3 of the same species and reel them in.
Need match 3 of the same species, huh? Oh god, no. This is like Honey Pop, which I'm going to play eventually. I can't tell them apart.
Fish.
Match that fish.
Match of the day. Now you're fishing.
Alright, fuck.
Catch of the day. Nice catch.
Trying to see.
Now you're fishing.
Now I'm fishing. Ah, fuck. Hang on. I've got this. I know things about fish. Ah, wrong one.
Now you're fishing.
There we go. Now I'm fishing. Now I'm fishing. Now I'm fishing.
Match of the day.
Ba da ba 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 ba
Now
ba
you're fishing.
ba da ba ba da ba da ba 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 ba
Nice
ba
catch.
ba fish 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 fishy 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 fishy.
Catch of the day.
There we go. That's 2 for 1. 2 for 1 special. All right. I'm trying to think here. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Where do we have another one that we got here?
Nice catch.
That, and then that, and then that, and then
Now you're fishing.
da da ba ba da ba. Fishing, 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 fishing.
Now
More and more fish. More and more and more and more fish, fish. All right. Trying to think. I'm trying to think. God, like this part is a little bit difficult in a way. Okay.
Now you're fishing.
It's only difficult in the way that like my dumb ass can't tell
Match of
shit
the
from
day.
my ass
Match
hole
of the
right
day.
now.
Match of the day.
Good work.
Catch of the day. This is way tougher than I thought. I look over to Brian, who's smiling what's an obvious and obviously enjoying time out here on the lake. I will crush him. Suddenly, fishing pole jumps in my hand. I reflexively tuck it over. I think I got something big. Tip of the pole dips down repeatedly and the line starts to run.
Reel it in. Reel it in.
Finally get the fish right up next to the boat. It's a long, beautiful rainbow trout. Brian hands me a net.
It's all yours.
Lean down and notice my hands are shaking with excitement. This fish is bigger than all the ones Brian's caught. Pole saw is mine. All mine. The entire canoe tips over with me. I feel myself sinking into the lake. Should have taken that life vest. All of a sudden, I'm embraced under the water, and I'm pulled into Brian's arms. Finally dragged upwards, sputtering water, all of our gear floats to the surface. Maxwell doggy paddles around us in circles, having a great time.
You alright?
Does that count as one?
Oh, well, seeing as all our fish are now swimming safely back in the lake, I guess so.
Brian laughs.
Let's get you to shore.
Brian and I flip the canoe back over, and we fill it with our now soaking wet gear. Row back to shore with Maxwell in tow. Once we get to the beach, Maxwell darts off into the woods. Hey, Bear Brian! Wow! Hairy chest. Brian takes off his shirt, and dots of lake water glisten in the sun across his strong back. Man, all that general contracting must have built this guy like an ox. He looks like fucking Paul Bunyan, I'll tell you that. Hope he doesn't notice me staring.
You can get fire going and we can dry off. Want a hem of yours?
Yes, okay. Reluctantly take off my own shirt and toss it to Brian. Suddenly wish I had done more sit-ups in my life, or at least to sit up at all, really. Another thing you bested me in, stupid sexy Brian. You might as well fry that shirt up. Seems like, it's the only lunch we'll have.
The day is young. We can fish from the shore.
Once Brian gets the fire going, I sit and try to dry off my pants. Brian sets a couple of lures out by the water's edge.
We're probably going to have to put the kibosh on the competition for now.
Till another day. My stomach growls.
You hungry?
Oh, I'm fine. Brian reaches into his cargo shorts and pulls out a few granola bars.
I have a small child. I'm flush with snacks.
Brian joins me by the fire, and I accept a cargo short granola.
And now, we're back to waiting.
Where did the girls get off to? Shouldn't they be back for now?
I wouldn't worry about it too much. They're a couple smart kids.
That's what I'm worried about. They're too smart. They've probably established a small rural government by this point and installed themselves as leaders. Take a look around at the sun cresting in the tree line, casting the entire lake in a warm, golden glow. The forest seems to be coming alive now. Birds chirp in the distance. Wow. Nature is beautiful. Mosquito bites me. I slap my neck and curse. Nature sucks.
Here you go, bud.
Brian hands me a bottle of bug spray. Begrudgingly take it and douse myself. Ugh, I've always hated how this stuff smells.
Really? I've always kind of liked it. Reminds me of being outside.
Maybe you and I have different sentiments on the outdoors. Maxwell comes bounding up to me, huge stick in his mouth. He drops it at my feet and looks at me expectantly. Throw the stick towards the woods or fake out throw? We'll fake out throw because I wind up and pretend to throw the stick. Maxwell runs away for a second, then looks around confused. Brian and I laugh. Toss the stick to Maxwell for real, and then he jumps in to catch it in his mouth.
Is it a little messed up that we're taking advantage of a dog's inherent trust in humans for our own amusement?
Maxwell, get over here. I gotta make it up to you. It's time for the pets. What's the plan? Scratch behind his ear. Give Maxwell some nice scratches behind his floppy ears. He responds in kind by licking my face.
He really likes you. Be careful. He's going to try to follow you home if you keep that up.
Scratch Maxwell's ears more intensely. I'm gonna steal your dog, Brian. We both laugh, but I'm only kind of kidding. Well, while I'm playing with Maxwell, fish begin routinely pulling on Brian's lines. I watch Brian effortlessly fillet fish, squeezing a bit of lemon on them, and frying them up in a cast iron pan. Before we know it, we have a feast fit for a couple of shirtless dudes. Amanda and Daisy emerge from the woods, looking totally unscathed. Whoa, dad-bod patrol! I'm gonna have to issue you both a citation and demand that you put your shirts back on. There are children present. Brian tosses me my now dry shirt. I pull it over my head, thankful that I will no longer be distracted by Brian and his pets. Where have you guys been? Studying entomology. What? We were playing with bugs. Ah, expected you guys to be more covered in like mud and stuff. Daisy looks offended. What do you take me for? A child? Amanda puts a hand on Daisy's shoulder. Right. You are a child. A very smart child, though. Take a seat around the fire, and Brian serves us all generous piles of fish on paper plates. Absolutely delicious. Why does he have to be so good at everything?
Fish taste okay?
Daisy and Amanda both nod furiously, mouths full of fish. It's incredible. I've never had fish this good. Yeah, it's great.
Whole-hearting family recipe.
Why are your pants wet? Well, Amanda, we were out there on the lake, and then
I accidentally tipped over the boat. Don't worry, all the gear floated to the surface, so we didn't lose anything. Right, Disdonn?
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Can't believe he just covered for me. Gosh, he even out-humbles me. He's trying to beat me at everything, including my world-famous sense of humility. No! Finish our fish and end up playing catch with Maxwell for a little while before we decided to head out. After cleaning up the camp, we pack up the station wagon and let Maxwell into the back seat. Poor pup falls asleep in a cuddle puzzle with Amanda and Daisy. They've had a long day.
Been an ordeal today, bud. Let me drive you guys home.
I want to prove that I'm the most awake dad on the block, but yeah, I'm beat. Fine. As we drive away, I take one last look at the lake disappearing behind us and smile. I rest my head against the window, and the low rumble of the dirt road beneath us lulls me into a peaceful sleep.
Hey, sleepyhead.
I open my eyes and realize that I've dozed off in the car. I self-consciously wipe a bit of drool off my chin. Oh, hey, I was, resting my eyes. Just in case we suddenly have to jump into any sort of conflict. So I'm super awake for it. And ready to fight. With my strong arms.
It's all good. You're in some rest, buddy. Thanks for coming out with us today. Had a lot of fun with you.
Thanks for inviting us. I, also had fun, actually.
Glad to hear it. Take it easy, yeah?
You too. Take it. The easiest. Brian chuckles to himself as he unloads the car. Amanda and I get inside and immediately collapse onto the couch. Long day. Yep. I was so close to that pole saw. Pole saw? Yeah, Brian and I were competing to see who could catch the most fish and... Stop. Why do you care so much? Amanda Panda, just look at the guy. He's so obviously got my number and he's rubbing it in my face in it. Dad, I love you. But you're kinda dumb sometimes. Dumb? Or the clearly superior dad. You know what? I don't have any of the energy required to properly unpack your weird fixation on it with exerting your masculinity. I'm going to bed. Night. Amanda slides off the couch face down on the floor. I am a tired slug. Amanda, that floor is disgusting. I don't care. Well, night, honey. Night, Pops. Man. So how'd I do, Brian? Did I actually do decent? Did I not suck? Hey, I dipped over the boat and did well. Alright. Thank you guys for watching. This has been Disdonn playing Dream Daddy. Oh, Daddy. Like, comment, and subscribe below, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye.